I'm Perry and I live on a narrowboat. I car camp, have an allotment that I'm not very good at. I'm a creative soul and this is my life in a teacup. Afternoon peeps, you've just caught me. I'm making a cup of tea. But before I do, honestly, look, I bought a new kettle. Absolutely love it. I just love it. And it will whistle in a minute. You see, when one lives alone, one gets very excited about kettles and things. Whoops, it's whistling. Hold on a sec. Talking of living alone, I've been on my own now for quite a few years, but last week, I've not put up a video for a while because I've been busy. Last week, I suppose he's my ex. He and me, we've been together for nearly 20 years and we broke up, I can't remember now. Oh, I can remember. Oh my God, yeah. It was about a week before lockdown. And he says this as well, it's not just me. Thank God we did it before lockdown. He was living on the boat with me because can you imagine the pair of us really not liking each other very much and having to stay in lockdown on a long narrowboat? I mean, it would have been hell, absolute hell. So I'm glad we made the decision, you know. But having said that, we are still the best of friends. We have the perfect relationship. He lives up north, I live down south. We see each other a few times a year. I'm not interested in anybody else. I love being on my own. I like living on my own. I make my own decisions. I don't have to consider anyone. Sounds very selfish, but you know, that's me. That's what I do. I don't have to consider anything but me. It's not for everybody. Not everybody likes being on their own. He prefers to be on his own as well. So we made a deal that we'll come together a few times a year. If either of us ever finds anybody, though I don't think we will, because I'm not interested and he's not interested, and I really do think that we will be in each other's lives forever. And it's perfect. So he was down last week, and attached to this video is some lots of snippets, because it's real bits and pieces on this vlog that I've done, and I hope it doesn't drive you all mad. Some of the camera work, especially where I'm taking the boat out, it's very short because I don't have a proper tripod to put on the boat, and I was holding the camera and I was doing it the wrong way around, and it was all a bit like this, so I apologize for that. And it literally is a very, you know, couple of minutes of me taking the boat out, but you'll see in the distance is this tall thing in denim, and it's he, because he came down and obviously we sort of took the boat out. So yeah, let me just put some milk in my tea and I'll be with you. Oh, look what I've bought. Got to show you this. Excuse me. Don't you just love it? I just think it's great. Sorry. I just think it's fab. I love it. It will go with my boat. Now, I bought this off of a boaty pal, boaty friend, another boater. Her name's Fee, and I think she's a roving trader, but she also does festivals, and I think it's called Fee's Emporium. But she sells lots of, you know, the dreads that you plait in, and lots of things, felt hats and bags and sort of baggy pants and t-shirts and all that sort of stuff. Real far out stuff like this, and I absolutely love it. Isn't it great? So I've got that. What else has happened? Oh, one of my neighbours gave me this. Look at this. Talk about a huge china cup. Look at it. But isn't it lovely? See, it's got little ducks on. But she'd seen, obviously, one of my vlogs, so she gave me a big china cup. And I think I mentioned before, one of the other cups I use, it's this one, and I did mention it before. My aunt gave me this one, which is lovely. So people are giving me china cups, which is brilliant. I absolutely love it. I think it's really kind. So I've got my cup of tea. Here you go. So this little intro is going to be quite short because there's quite a bit to come. And like I said, it's all bits and pieces and snippets. So I hope you enjoy. I hope they don't drive you mad because it's stop, you know. And as you know, I'm still doing my editing, but there's a little bit about the allotment. There's a little bit about the boat. You'll see one side of the boat completely finished. And yeah, I'll leave you to enjoy, and I'll enjoy my cup of tea. Bye. Hello peeps. no, I'm not camping. I'm not car camping in my allotment. That's just where I've parked. Anyway, I've come down to the allotment to see how unsuccessful everything has been. And it is a great unsuccess. So that piece of string there had seeds planted all the way along. Nada. Nothing there. And then the little out-of-date plants that I'd bought because they were coming to the end of the season have now fully come to the end of the season. But look at these. I'm really chuffed. Look. Look at those strawberries. Look, they're gonna be lush. Oh look, now look at that little bugger, you see? Now you're not getting in there, that's for sure. Go over there. So yeah, look. And look at all those, they're just scrummy. So hopefully I'll get a big host of strawberries, I don't know what you call them. Now, this lovely TP cane, I was really happy with. Nothing. So I planted broad beans, butter beans, whatever you want to call them in there. And no, those little bits that you see are weeds, nothing. So that wasn't a great success at all. Don't want to show you my neighbours. I mean, look at his tomato plants. Wait till you see mine. His potatoes are coming up. I mean, he's doing famously. So anyway, so let's come round to the greenhouse now. Didn't plant a lot this year like I did last year. So come in here and somebody gave me these tomato plants. So I didn't even grow these from seed. One tomato. My peppers have been eaten alive. And look at this. All these pots, every single one of them had lovely, luscious little seedlings, courgette seedlings, and they were all coming up and I was getting really excited. And I came down the other day and every single one of them had gone. It's like someone came and pinched them. Time for tea. So I've got my cup of tea. Well, that wasn't very good, was it? I did say on my very first vlog that I did that I had my allotment and I had my boat and I did my car camping and all of that. And I did say that I was crap at the allotment. Well, I think I've just proved that. But if anybody knows how I can stop whatever it is that's getting into the greenhouse or what it could be, if they can give me some ideas. I would say a slug or a snail, but the thing is there's no trails that they normally leave. And I found snails trying to get through the nets on the strawberries, as you've seen. And they leave a trail, obviously, but there was nothing. I couldn't believe it. Those little courgette pots that I had the courgette seeds in, every single one of them had come up. And I thought to myself, right, I'll leave it another week and I'll plant them out. Gone. Came down the other day, completely gone. So, yes, not very good at that. Anyway, we will persevere. I haven't got it to be growing loads of vegetables and things. I've got it because I just like being down here and pottering around, I think, you know. So just one thing I wanted to mention. A few people have asked me about these t-shirts that I wear. Hang on, there you go. Yay. Right, so sorry, something's just fallen over. And what do they mean? I've got this grey one, a blue one, navy blue one, and a white one. And down through the years, I've always had these t-shirts with these sayings on. You can still get them because they are a bit of a tourist thing, I guess. But they're from Greece. My father's from Cyprus. I'm half Cypriot, half Irish, half Cypriot. And I lived in Crete for 7 years, between early 86 and late 92. I think 7 years. And where I lived in Heraklion, I had this lovely little, tiny little spitaki, like little Cretan house in the middle of the city, and it was really lovely and it was very quiet, even though it was in the city. But behind where I lived was the tombstone and the memorial to Nikos Kazantzakis, whose epitaph this is. And he was a famous Greek writer. There was a book that I read called Rethymnon. It was about the war and things like that. I couldn't remember the title of it now. No, it wasn't called Rethymnon. Anyway, I've read a couple of his books and they're really good and I found them quite interesting. So this means, now my my Greek accent is terrible, so for any Greek people out there, I'm really sorry. But it says, "Δεν ελπίζω τίποτα," I hope for nothing. "Δεν φοβάμαι τίποτα," I fear nothing. "Είμαι ελεύθερη," I am free. So I hope for nothing, I fear nothing, I am free. And there's just something about the whole sentiment. It says so much, it speaks so much in just 3 sentences. And I've always liked it, and I love Greek writing. I mean, I can write a little bit and I can read a bit, not as much as I used to be able to, because I don't use it anymore. I don't speak to my dad in Greek or anything like that. Though he speaks Turkish, Greek, and a little bit of Arabic by all accounts. But yeah, so it's a shame I don't use it anymore, but I love the style of Greek writing. I think it's such a pretty alphabet and pretty words when it's written, and I like the sound of it as well. So yeah, that's what it means. If anybody else wants to know, I just thought I'd put that out there. So, right, well, I'm going to finish my cup of tea. The grass needs finishing, though I think my battery's about to run out I've got a battery operated lawnmower, and I think that might be about to run out. So, but I put it on charge last night, so I don't know what happened. Anyway, I'll catch you later, catch you in a bit after I've done the grass. Have a lovely afternoon. Bye. Hi. Just thought I'd jump in here to say that I finished at the allotment. I've just got home. As you can see, I've changed, and can't bother to do anything else really. But I'm going to take the boat out in the morning. I'm going to go up to Seoul Junction, Seoul, S-A-U-L Junction, which is only a couple of miles up the road, if that. And I'll sort of pop a little video on attached to this one as well. So yeah, I'll catch you along the canal. So it's taking the boat out today. This is my engine, as you know. I've opened one of the side hatches because it's an air-cooled engine. I'm not going to bother with the other because we're only going a few minutes up the road. So what I do is, this is my boatman's cabin, as you know. Here are my controls. So I've got a speed wheel. I don't have a lever, so that's for the acceleration. There's my gears there. So that's reverse, neutral, forward. Simple as. There's my ignition key. So let's pop the ignition key on. Oh, I've got a spider on my hand. Hold on. Right, so ignition key's on, ignition light on. Now I've got a compressor on that has to be pulled. And because look at this modern technology, bit of string, can you see it? So what I have to do is, when I start the engine, I have to pull this. So to start the engine, I have to press that little button there. Sorry about this is terrible. But hold fire, you'll hear it. Here she goes. Need to give her a few minutes just to warm up, because I've not had the engine going for a while. Just realised I sort of had the camera the wrong way around, so I put it in landscape now. There you go. Here she goes. Can you hear her? Getting faster and faster. And as I said, that's my speed wheel, so let's give her a bit more welly. She's chucking out a little bit, but it's only because she's not been started for a while. So here we go, casting off. Pull the rope through. Keeping the boat by the bank all the time. There we go. Let's pull the back end in so that I can get on the boat. So let's jump on. Yay! And now I've got to put the rope round there. Hold on. So getting pushed off at the front. So I just need to push her out at the back, bear with. Just so she gets away from the bank. There we go, slow her down a little bit. I've got some swans. Put her into reverse just to take her back a bit. Back a little bit. There we go. Put her forward, slow her down a bit, put her into neutral, put her forward, and get that propulsion going. Ooh. Say goodbye to the swans in the morning. I'll be back later. So hello peeps, here I am. Taking the boat out for a bit. Junction, that's what you can see now. It's a lovely little place. There's a nice cafe there, places to sit and just ponder. There's plenty of parking. It's not free, but it's not expensive. So moored up, the bank was full of long grass, so unfortunately you can't really get a really good shot of gilliflower, but all one side is finished now, and I cheated and decided to stick all the flowers on. I didn't paint any on, but I think she looks lovely. I will take another photograph so that you can see her a bit better, and yeah, just the other side to do. So I'm quite pleased with it overall. When I take her back, I'll turn her around so that I've got that side on the towpath. Then trundling on the way back, I just stopped to get a gas bottle, and a fellow boater who was on the same canal saw me, hi Joe, and took this lovely photograph, which was I was quite pleased about. So yeah, catch you soon. Yay, well here we are back on the mooring. No, it's not a different colour. I've just turned the boat around, ready to paint this side purple. How different she looks. It'll have the flowers down the side. I don't exact it, which means that I don't match side for side with the design of the flowers. On this side, it'll be the same flowers, but they will be laid on in a completely different design, which I prefer to do. You don't see both sides of the boat at the same time. Here's some of my rust spots. Look, that you can see there's one there, and there's a couple here. They're not as bad, so it's not going to take as long to do. I'll still use a turco and take those little patches back to steel. Roof is done. Those marks are just dirty marks. It's not bad paintwork, and I'm so happy that that's finished as well, and all prepared, ready for the winter time. It's good to paint in the summer because as you go towards the end of the year, the air is just too damp. So yeah, can't wait to see her finished. She's going to look fab.